I am so sick of this horrible iron farm we have on Bedrock. That's why I set out to build a farm that gets over 3,800 iron per hour. But to achieve this, I need to build 4 critical farms that every survival player should have. If you don't have an iron farm, let me explain why it's the most important farm for every Minecraft world. There are 27 recipes requiring iron in Minecraft. Out of 379 total recipes, that's 7% that require iron. That may not seem significant, but consider the number of items in the game. Iron is used the most in crafting recipes of any item. It makes things like hoppers, minecarts, pistons, and so much more. All things that every player uses all the time. I didn't know this farm would take 17.5 hours to make, but it was well worth it. But before I get into that, I have a few farms to build. Because you know what they say, if you give an eggnog a farm, he'll need some more to go along with it. All of like 2 of you just got that reference right there. Anyway, I'm gonna start with creating a stone generator. That's because, as you can see, I'm kind of running out, especially cobblestone. I have 41 to my name right now. Anyway, these are all the materials for the farm. I'll head through the nether over to this portal, and right over here seems like a nice area. Now, I could have built a simple stone generator, but because I'm bougie, I'm building the design by Silent Whisper. You'll see how in a second, but it can literally get you like the maximum amount of stone possible for a stone generator. Now, this is like the base version of his design, but for me, no. Base won't do. I need to build like the most OP one. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and build right now. This is basically the second generator done. There's just a few more things I have to do to actually finalize this farm. And this obsidian is not one of those things. I basically just have the storage left to do. This is coming along pretty well. Now, this is the farm fully completed. But there's actually something very crucial that I kind of forgot. As you can see, when I'm actually using the farm, I'm not able to reach all the stone. And if I want to do that, I need to get a haste 2 beacon over here. Luckily, in my ender chest, I have a ton of beacons, so that isn't a problem. But I don't really want to build a beacon out of emeralds, and I don't have enough of anything else to build it with. But that also isn't that big of a problem, because I can simply head all the way over to my gold farm. And if I just check real quickly down here, oh yeah, oh my goodness, look at this. I can craft all these nuggets into ingots, and then all of those into blocks. And I could easily auto-craft this. I just can't be bothered to be honest. And that should be enough for a full beacon. Actually, it definitely will be. So let's head all the way back, and I'll clear out this bit of grass. That way I actually have somewhere to put the beacon. And there we go. Let's add the beacon on top, and haste 2 is what we want for this farm. Let's go. Okay, now we can properly test this thing out. Let's start it up, and then we can stand here and mine. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, it's actually so nice. This, I believe, gets you about 28,000 items per hour, which is pretty insane if you ask me. Anyway, I'm gonna sit here AFKing for a little bit, and once I'm done with that, there's still more farms I need to build. I think this is quite enough stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do now is load all the stone in a cobble chest, and I'll take all the cobblestone and fill a whole shulker box with it as well. And with that, I'll head back home and quickly use this farm to mend up my pickaxes. Over here is what I believe to be a micro wheat farm. It's just the jankiest looking one I've ever seen. In my defense, this was built like in the very beginning of this world, so do not judge. Now, these are pretty basic and simple. The idea is you stand here and it grows the wheat for you, except there's kind of an issue, that being there's literally no more bone meal left. Okay, I lied. I guess there's 5 more bone meal. And I don't have a farm to get any more. It's kind of pretty bad. So the plan is to build a bone meal farm, or at least that was the plan. You see, I have all the items needed right here. That is all except for about 2.5 stacks of a light block. So I then decided I'd get froglights because I want to make myself suffer. These are the materials for the Froglight Farm. The scary thing is I first have to find a bastion, more specifically a treasure bastion. That just happened. Am I gonna die? No, I'll be fine. I'll be good. Yeah, we're solid. Oh, yeah. I think this is the one. Yep, this is definitely it. And it looks like this is the one we've already been to. Hopefully, we didn't destroy the magma spawners. Oh, perfect. The magma spawners are still here. So I guess we can start building. I'm kind of terrified. I did not bring blocks to cover. Okay. Wow, these guys are really annoying. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. All right, hold on. And it's getting kind of laggy. Of course it is. Good timing. Okay, first off, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fly out of here real quick, if I could find my way out. I guess this doesn't even matter. I just need to get some kind of blocks. Oh, and ancient debris was not what I meant, but I'll take some. And with that, I need to cover up this entire spawner. Which definitely... Oh, okay, get out. Yeah, that's gonna be a little hard. Absolutely not. Nope. Not doing that. Whew. Let's get another totem out. That was not okay. That was not good. Are you joking right now? Where's my ender chest? Could you leave me alone? Ah! Okay. Oh, I found my ender chest. Oh, but I also found all these guys, or they found me more likely. I'm gonna real quickly grab this, and you guys might not like this, but I'm gonna put my game to peaceful. Just so one, I'm not attacked, and two, I'm pretty sure that means the magma cubes won't spawn, and it'll make my life so much easier. If you don't like the fact that I'm doing this, go take it up in the comments. And with that all covered up, no more magma cubes should be able to spawn, and now I can peacefully cover up all this lava. And this farm is so close to being done. The only thing left for me to do is to get some frogs, and I'm also gonna need 21 frogs because apparently this farm is that insane. And with all these guys finally in, I can come into here and start breaking away at all this netherrack. There we go, look at this. I mean, there's already stuff coming through. This is awesome. Now the only thing I have to do is sit here in AFK for a while, and with all these froglights, I can head back home, grab these shulker boxes. This is where I'll be building the farm. And I'll actually begin by digging out the floor and replace all of it with stone brick. I'm actually pretty excited about this one because it gets 22,000 bone meal per hour, which is absolutely insane. And now I'm gonna mark out the areas where all the trident killers for this farm will be. This is what the entire kill chamber looks like, and I just have to do this same thing to the other 4 spots. So might as well get to work. And boom, look at that, easy peasy. And before I do anything else, there's actually one minor thing that I kind of forgot to grab. I need Sculpt Catalyst to absorb the XP from the fish so that doesn't like cause a bunch of backlag. It's kind of fun to say, backlag. Anyway, yeah, and I did not grab those, so I thought, hey, why not do that now? Oh, this is bad. I don't actually have a totem anymore. And there should be one about 1,000 blocks this way, so let's hope there is. I guess let's just actually hope I survive. I really don't want to die. Oh, here it is. Okay. Bit of an oversight. I did not pack night vision. Also, yeah, there it is. I saw Sculpt Catalyst all the way up here. So let's grab that. Here we go. Number 1. Sick. I'm also gonna break you guys. You guys stress me out. All right. It's been a while. I'm a little bit scared. All right. And I see another catalyst down here. And there's also a chest I might as well grab. Oh, never mind. Nothing useful at all. Here's catalyst number 3. Oh, look at this. Number 4. And I think I see number 5 down there. Sick. I can technically head out of here. Or, you know, I could also grab some more while I'm here too. That's pretty nice. And I don't want to jinx it, but I'm yet to see a shrieker. There's just catalyst everywhere. Oh, there we go. I found one. That's another one down there. I'm just not gonna go there. Oh my goodness. That's number 2. And there's one right there. Absolutely not. Can I mine this? Is there any around? I think I'm good. Oh no, warden didn't come out. Oh, I'm so scared. That was the 3rd warning. What's happening? Oh no. Oh yeah, no. Oh no. Yep. That's it. I'm out. I'm out. Absolutely not doing that. Oh my goodness. I accidentally stepped on a shrieker. Are you kidding me? I almost had that too. I grabbed wool, which was also a bit of an oversight for not grabbing earlier, but is that it? Am I heading out? Like, I'm so tempted to just like keep exploring. I see another catalyst. Okay, I see a catalyst down here. I think we're gonna head down and grab this. A ton more down here. I don't know why I'm still here. I'll take one more chest, I think, and then I'm good to go. Okay. That was worth it. Come on, 2 notch apples? Absolutely insane. And more Sculpt Catalyst. I mean, guys, it can't get better than that. Whoa. Also kind of a sick book. Okay, that was oddly successful. I was just about to say I might be ready to get out of here. Wait. Let me check the chest. More of these guys? Okay, now leave. I don't know where I am. Okay, that's it. Uh-oh. I don't know where my hole is. Okay, this is scary. Oh my goodness. Well, there's the hole. Let's just get over here and leave. Okay, guys, that was stressful, but we're out. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Anyway, there we go. We can finally complete that. And I've also added a redstone line to turn the trident killers on and off. I also added a automatic crafting system to craft all the bones into bone blocks. That way it just saves on storage. It might not be the best way to do this, but it's my way. Dang it, this is all gonna explode, isn't it? Anyway, I am almost done. There's just a few more things I have to do before I start AFK. Number 1 is fence off the entire outside. And finally, all I have to do is flood the entire area. And boom, the farm should be ready. Look, fish are already spawning. And with that, I believe we can start AFKing. And look at that, the fish are spawning and immediately swimming into the deeper areas. So I guess I'll just kind of chill here and we'll see how much bone meal we get. I'm actually kind of excited to find out. And oh my, look at that. I told you. There, I was able to fill up an entire shulker box, no problem. But anyway, I'm gonna head back home real quick. And I'm also gonna steal this farm and I'll move it to be right over here. But instead of making it just this, I'm also gonna add a super simple system that'll craft all of the hay into bread. I literally just made this on the fly, so hopefully it works. And there we go. All of those are filled up completely with bone meal. All right, and now all I have to do now is flick this lever, and there's already some stuff in there. Okay, so it is auto crafting to bread, but also not really. There we go. I fixed that. So now if I stand here, and here we go. Now this is working beautifully, and I can sit here and just get a ton of bread. As you can see, it's all being auto crafted into here. And you guys have probably figured this out by now, but this will be super useful when breeding all the villagers for the iron farm. There we go. There's already more than a stack. I'm not going to use this a ton right now, because I don't really need it. And there's still one more farm I need to build before I can get into the iron farm. And there's also a ton of hay bales all around the village that I could easily use as well. So maybe that farm wasn't as useful as I thought it was, but hey. Get it. Anyway, I need to farm a ton of resin. Why? Well, I'll explain after I've built the farm. And this means that I'm gonna have to find a pale garden. Yay. This will be the first time I'm actually exploring that update since it came out about a year ago. So I guess this is kind of exciting. All right, this looks like a good area where one should spawn. And here we are in the pale garden. What I have to do is just track down the creaking. Oh, okay. You know what? This guy's not that scary. I mean, what does he have on me? This might be the most overhyped scary thing in Minecraft. Oh my goodness, that was cool. Okay, seriously, the worst part about the pale garden is all the mobs that are just coming to attack you. Oh, whoa, oh my goodness. Hello? What was that? Hello? I need to move. I need to move. What just happened? What was that? Oh my goodness. I genuinely almost just died there. What sword did that zombie have? That was insane. That was what? Okay. Anyway, I've been sitting here collecting a ton of resin. I think that's enough. Is that the creaking heart I just broke? Yes, there it is. Sick. Okay. The reason I was collecting a ton of resin is because I'm going to need a lot more of the creaking hearts for the farm. And I'm also gonna need a ton of this pale oak. I think it might be time to deforest this whole place. What the? Why are there so many creepers? Hello? Why is this more stressful than the ancient city? Please leave me alone. Oh my goodness. Why am I getting jump scared by zombies? Oh! Creeper! I don't know. Anyway, as I was saying, we need to get some more wood. I'm pretty sure I have all the wood I'll ever need. I'm gonna stay one more night though. So I can get one more creaking heart. And there we go. And that's it. I'm out of there. All right, we are finally back home. I'm gonna get some sleep. That was somehow the most scary part of this video for me. Anyway, I quickly built a smaller resin farm because I need a lot more creaking hearts for the bigger version. As for the bigger resin farm, right up here is where I'll be building it. This is the funnel where all the creaking will fall into. That way I can hurt them all at the same time. And while I'm building this farm, as it turns nighttime, I'm actually gonna go down to this farm and AFK for a little bit. That way I can craft the rest of the creaking hearts. And this should be the redstone all done. Now I need to put in all the pale oak logs, and this is where all the creaking hearts will be. And this is what one side's gonna look like. And there we go. That's all that on every side. And now I just need to place a ton of pale oak logs going all the way around the circle, all the way up here. Boom, the farm is almost done. I just need to place in the water over here, and also just one more water source right there. And I'll quickly add a small daylight detection circuit as well, which is gonna look something like this. And with this storage system in place, I think the farm is already. It just, I have to wait for it to be nighttime for me to actually use this. And I'll also stock this chest with the potions of harming. I'll flick the lever to actually start the farm, but because of the daylight sensor over there, it technically won't start until it actually becomes nighttime. Basically, the way it works is I'll be standing here as the farm's going. All the creakings will spawn. I'll be throwing potions of harming and harming them all at once. And here, well, here we go. Let me just show you how this works. I'm harming them all at once, and all the pistons up there will be moving too, harvesting all the resin. You could see just all the resin coming down. Oh, these particles are so annoying. And I think I've run out of so I've run out of potions now, which isn't really fun, but I'm gonna quickly go and get some sleep because now all those guys have despawned, and look how much resin we have. That's a lot, and I was there for like 5 minutes. Now, why did I want resin so badly? Well, if I craft this all into resin clumps and I place one down, boom, it's insta breakable with your fist. Why is this significant? Because I think this will be great to build with as a temporary block. You don't have to keep switching your pickaxe or shovel just to mine the temporary block fast, and I think it'll make building the iron farm a lot faster. Ultimately, I think it's a great scaffolding block, and it's all still fun. Well, there's so much from this farm. Oh my goodness. But yeah, there we go. This farm works so well. But now that this is over, I think it's time to build the iron farm, and that'll also be built in this area, except super far from everything else, and also super high up. I had to take a quick pit stop back at home to grab all of these items. I also got a ton of glass by using the TNT and allay method, which actually, you know, worked really well. Yeah, it's really a lot. And the blocks that I decided to use for this are stone brick and blackstone because I don't really know. There we go. This is the basic outline of what the iron farm will look like, and this is what one platform will look like. And there we go. All this took me about 40 minutes, and I still have to do this 3 more times. And by this, I mean literally everything I've built up here, plus getting all the villagers in and even the iron golems, spawning platforms. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot, guys, so strap in. To start getting the villagers in, I'm gonna do something that I never thought I'd do, and that is craft, I thought a happy gas. Okay, hold on. I think I need a block of soul sand. Here we go. Now we can craft that. And now just to soak this guy in some water for 20 minutes. While I'm doing that, I'm also gonna collect a lot more stone because the shulker box I grabbed will 100% not be enough for this farm. Hey, sick, here we go. Let's feed this guy. What's gonna happen is I'll quickly kidnap 2 villagers, and these guys will be my lucky 2. Or, I don't know about lucky, but, wait, I forgot you need a harness for these guys. Okay, hold on. There we go. All right, let me try doing this correctly. We'll take these 2 villagers all the way over to the iron farm. I also really don't like Happy Gas that much. I mean, look at this goofy little face. But I guess this is the one thing they are useful for, so good job, guys. If you feel the same way about the Happy Gas, let me know down in the comments. Anyway, okay, so I'm above the platform. I think if I just do this, the boat should be down. Oh my goodness, let's go. I'm also gonna need a ton more villagers down here, so I'll craft a ton more beds and also give these guys a ton of bread. That way, theoretically, they start breeding. Again, theoretically, this guy just ran away from my bread. Bro, what are you doing? Oh, look at this. Let's go. You guys are breeding. Okay, breed some more babies for me. Thanks. That sounded a little weird. Oh my goodness. Wait, okay, that's fine. I don't know how what? How did a baby villager get in here? Did these guys breed? There's no bed. I'm so lost right now. This guy ran off. I'm gonna have to, oh, wait, hold on. No, maybe if he picks the right choice. Oh, no, sorry, dude. Anyway, this will be the easiest village to do. For all the other 15 villages I have to make, I'll have to do something called village stacking, which isn't literally stacking villages, because that's just, I mean, that would be... In this video, I'll be stacking a village on a village on a village on a village. Anyway, if you don't know what village stacking is, I'll explain it when I'm actually doing it. And here we go. Let's throw these guys a bunch of bread. That way, now they can start breeding. And in the meantime, I'll start building the platform where the iron golems will be spawning. And this is literally the entire iron golem platform. Basically, they'll be pushed into lava and then killed. It's actually really simple. The next thing I have to worry about is all of these guys. Basically, I need to get all of these guys into these spots. Kind of like that. It's really not that difficult, just a little time consuming. And these baby villagers make nothing any easier. Get out of here. Bro, why are there actually nitwits? That's so annoying. Why can't you just work? Why you have to be so lazy, bro? That's probably like a narrative of our society, or a narrative of me. It's actually just a narrative of me. All right, there we go. There are all the villagers in, which means I can kill the rest of them. And theoretically, wait, it's working. Yeah, there we go. Iron golems are now spawning up there. There's Iron Farm 1 done. I mean, this was the easy part, to be honest. Just wait till I get to the next part. Those are not gonna be so easy. For the time being, I'll put in some temporary storage. That way, while I'm building all of the other farms, this one is working in the background. All right, now it's time to do some village stacking. Basically, I've got 2 villagers over here, about 100 blocks away from where I want them. And I just have to bring them along the path. Simple, right? Not really. The way I have to do it is kind of tedious. All right, so basically, I just have to get these guys constantly connecting and disconnecting from their beds and workstations. So I kind of just have to do this the entire time. Break the bed, run along, place it, then break the workstation and place it. And he should run over. There we go. And there we go. I've gotten these 2 over here. It did end up turning nighttime, and during the nighttime, village stacking is actually different and much easier. I'll show you guys how that's done a little bit later. And for now, that wasn't actually that bad. And this iron farm is still working, so I think we're in the clear for now. Because if that's still working, that means these guys have not broken it. So I think this is good. I'm gonna get these guys breeding and start building the rest of it. And while I wait for these guys to finish growing up, I can go ahead and take down this entire platform. The annoying thing is I actually have to rebuild this entire thing each time I want to stack a new village. Like, I feel like I'm gonna get so tired of this so fast. Also, I'm gonna try to grab this stone brick, but because of the stone farm down there, I don't really care that much. Speaking of which, I should actually probably restock all this stone, but that's why I built the stone farm right next to the iron farm, because I like to think ahead. See, guys, I can be smart sometimes. Also, if you're wondering how village stacking even works, I'll also explain that later. All right, there we go. There's that all gone, and I think it's time to start getting all of these guys in, which is gonna take some time because none of these guys are actually grown up. Come on, guys, please. Also, you know what's awesome? I didn't bring enough iron to make hoppers for all of the farms, but this one's, oh my goodness, it's been producing so much. I think it produces more than the one I have at my base, so I can just use that to craft the rest of the hoppers for all the storage systems. Man, I'm so excited though. Like, if I actually get this farm working, just this second stacked village, that means I'm set. Like, I got the rhythm down. I know what I'm doing, and that's like it. I just have to do that a ton more times. Hopefully nothing goes incredibly wrong, like as good as it would be for the video, or as funny funny as it would be, I really, really, really don't want that. Also, are you kidding me? And I think I've lost that minecart over there, but it literally doesn't matter because I could just take the iron from here. All right, this kind of feels like a waste of iron, but I just lost the minecart again. And there we go. Man, I think I gave these guys too much bread. I think it's working. Hold on. Oh my goodness. I've done it. I've successfully stacked the villages. And look, now I've got 2 iron farms going. Hopefully nothing broke. That would be pretty depressing. Oh, they are. They're both working. They're both producing iron golems. And now I can start preparing to stack the next village. And there we go. That is the 3rd iron farm working. And now I'll show you how to do the village stacking while it is nighttime. Oh no, no, no. Bro. Anyway, you might be surprised, but this super long pathway is actually probably the most critical part of this farm. The reason we make it come all the way down here is because we don't want the villages to collide. They basically merge villages and then we'd like stretch them out. That's a whole other thing. But doing this actually prevents that. Each time I do this, I'm creating a new village and kind of like carrying it over without merging it. Basically, if any of these villagers somehow become a part of one of those villages down there, iron golems will just completely stop spawning, and that's obviously a big issue. Go to sleep, to sleep. This is what I believe to be the best way to move a village. You want to wait till it's nighttime and you're gonna break the bed and kind of move it over. You'll wait till he has the green particles and goes to sleep, and you're gonna do that with the other guy, and you're gonna alternate between the two just like that. So he's gonna go to sleep. It's easier to do it in the nighttime because when it's daytime you need workstations for them to actually like run over, but by doing it this way they'll naturally just run over to the beds and go to sleep. So you know, it's not too bad, except whoa, where are you going, bro? All right, there we go. And I guess we can get to building the 4th iron farm. And there we go. That is the 4th iron farm stacked. I'm so shocked this is all working. That took so long. But guys, I've only built 4 out of 16. That means I'm 1/4 of the way there. Yeah, I gotta do this thing 12 more times now. I would also at some point like to turn this into a massive villager trading hall. That's why I have lecterns on the 1st layer, fletching tables on the 2nd, brewing stands on the 3rd, and grindstones on the 4th layer. And with that, that is all 16 layers of this farm completed. I mean, this is just wild. This took so long, but it has already been really worth it because from simply building the farm, I've got over a shulker box of iron blocks. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with all of this. Anyway, I've gone ahead and built some of the item transportation, and this right here is what I like to call the Cat Killer 3000. Now, I have nothing against cats. I have some of my own. I bet you forgot I was a real life person in real life. Anyway, I have nothing against cats, but they do get stuck over here, and I don't really want their string, so they could just burn here instead. You know. If I come down all the way over here, as you can see right there, I'm kind of having all of the iron just fall down. These are not gonna keep falling all the way down. Yeah, so now that all the iron is falling on those glass blocks, these 2 water streams meet up in the middle over here, and I'll do the same on the other side. And after they meet up, they'll be pushed down to the very center of the entire farm. And then from here, I want it to go into a singular water stream that leads it to auto crafter and sorter and that kind of stuff. All right, seems like 3 hoppers is the needed amount for this. And after all the items have flowed down here, any remaining poppies or string will be burned in the lava. Here will be the item sorter. I didn't bring any materials, but luckily I have a redstone chest that contains all the necessary things for a simple item sorter. All right, this is kind of what I decided the storage system would look like. Kind of super janky, but hey, it works. And that is the system for auto crafting all the iron into iron blocks. Hopefully that actually works. Let me quickly double check. Wait, I'm so dumb. That's not gonna... Dude, what am I doing? There we go. That should be that done, I think. Yep, there we go. It's gonna auto-crap that all into blocks. Sick, okay. And with that, that is all the water streams in place. Oh, except that one, hold on. Now that is all the water streams in place, and everything should start flowing. Also, those items are gonna burn, but I could care less. I never thought I'd be at the point where I like have stacks of iron and don't want it. And with that, I think it's time to AFK at the farm and see just how much iron this thing will give me. After modifying the water stream and the sorting system and sitting here for a little bit, I've been able to collect a full double chest of iron blocks. Oh my goodness, is this a lot? This is so, like, I don't even know what I'm gonna be able to do with all of this. Also, my skin wasn't loading, so now I am steep. And I think I can officially say that this insanity of an iron farm is fully complete. Do I recommend that you build this in your own worlds? Well, if you're willing to spend the time and resources, I say absolutely. There is literally no reason to not build this farm if you have this much time. Dude, every time I open the chest, it's just insane. It's so satisfying watching all the iron fall and just flow into here. Guys, I am genuinely so happy with this. Like, this is incredible. I won't have to worry about iron ever again. In fact, I'll probably have to start using it to build things because I don't know what else I'd use it for. And real quick, this is a message for all you real ones who stay till the end of the video. As you could probably imagine, I worked so hard on this video. Every single farm that I built took so much time, especially this one, taking a total of about 17.5 hours to build alone. So if you've made it this far, first of all, thank you so much. And I'm gonna ask you to please consider subscribing to my channel. I promise more content like this and better coming up. And if you have made it this far, comment real ones down below. That way, I know if you're one of them. Anyway, take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Egg. That's a wrap. I feel like I just wrapped up a movie. Oh, this is sad. I'm so sad. The video's over. All right, I'm not crying. You're crying. Now, if you want to know how this machine allows me to travel 80 blocks per second, watch the video on screen right now.